Hello. I was in the mood, so I wanted to share another evidence for Christianity. Some atheists, they will say that Christianity is a myth. Well, if you know history, and you know how the historical process works, Christianity is not a myth. Myths don't work like that. History doesn't work like that. And really, that really shows someone how little you understand. That really shows someone how little one understands history if they say that Christianity is a myth. That's just not how history works. But if you are dead set against Jesus Christ resurrecting, the conspiracy theory, the theory that the disciples lied and there was a big cover-up, that's the theory that is the most likely, except for Jesus resurrecting. Jesus resurrecting is the most likely, but if you're not going to believe that, then the conspiracy theory is the second most likely. The myth is way out. I would have that with the hallucination theory. But we're not even going to talk about that. I have other videos about the myth theory. The conspiracy theory. This is why the conspiracy theory did not work. If there was some great conspiracy, the dead body of Jesus was resurrected. Now, it would have just taken one person to steal the body. Well, of course, maybe a couple to roll away the rock, the stone that was in the tomb. But here's the deal, is that you had multiple people at different times and different time frames and different places say that they witnessed seeing Jesus Christ appear. You had different people who claim, like Paul. Paul, who claims he saw on his way to Damascus, he had an experience with the resurrected Jesus Christ. But then you have Peter in a different time, a different place, multiple times having an experience with the resurrected Jesus Christ. You have James having an experience with the resurrected Jesus Christ. You have the two disciples on the way to Emmaus. Now you have all these resurrection accounts. Now, and 1 Corinthians 15:3-8, that early creed, it's so key to history because it tells us, it names the people that had the accounts. But just off the top of my head, historically, we can say that James historically said it. He went from non-believer, a skeptic, to someone who started his church. Paul, we know, Paul claimed, Matthew claimed, and and Paul and Peter claimed. We had all these claims for the resurrected Jesus in different times. So in order for, if it didn't really happen, that means it had to be a conspiracy. But here's the deal. 11 out of 12 of the apostles were killed for their faith. John was the only one that wasn't. There was a lot of Christians who were killed for their faith. Stephen was killed for his faith, but throughout history, we know from secular books that there were a bunch of Christians that were killed from their faith. And we also know that there was people, who were Christians who, when they were threatened with the threat of dying, and the sword was put to their neck, they recanted their faith to Jesus Christ. They said, "Oh no, I don't believe in Jesus. I want to live." So we have people that and I mention that because we have people that recanted. But here's the deal: nobody in the first century ever said there was a conspiracy. Nobody. Under the threat of dying, none of the early Christians ever said, "Well, yes, this is how the conspiracy worked," and admitted to it. Now, some denied Jesus Christ, but none actually said there was a conspiracy. Do you know how many people have... compare that to Watergate. I mean, the people that turned Nixon and Nixon's men in on Watergate, well, they broke down and they shed light on the conspiracy because of the threat of going to jail. And you're saying that Christians, a lot of Christians, they wouldn't shed light on the conspiracy with the threat of dying? Of course they would if there was a conspiracy. Here's the truth, And this is a truth that people need to know. Now, if you know history, you know this. People don't keep secrets very well. That's human nature. Humans, if there's a conspiracy, they don't keep secrets very well. It would have come out. There is no conspiracy. Different apostles on different times saw Jesus Christ rise from the dead. I have two strong evidences for Jesus. His appearances, how it could not be in a conspiracy, and Paul's encounter. And then also in my videos, I show why it can't be a myth. An atheist can't even, who doesn't believe Jesus resurrected, can't even tell you where his body is, or who stole it, or why. You see, I'll say this: history is the enemy of atheism. If you know the historical process, you'll be a Christian, and that's why most Christian historians actually are Christians, because they know how the historical process goes. And a conspiracy is highly unlikely. Now, it's more likely than a myth, than Christian developing over, decades, through a myth process. And, some people say, well, Christians came from, this myth and this myth and this myth from. Yeah, that's just silly. The myths don't add up. And yeah. Anyway, I hope I helped you. If I wasn't clear, just tell me, and I'll try to rephrase things. Sorry I stutter. I do have a speech impediment. I do my best. And God bless you. Thank you.